Guys, we're backstage at SPAC. Like I'm an artist. Kind of. Not really. All right, let's go. Ooh, I'm Emmy Award-winning journalist Noelle McLaren.
And I'm local business owner Zach Denham.
And this is Off Track Saratoga Podcast. Sometimes we're on track.
Sometimes we're a little off.
But it's always worth the listen.
Hello and welcome back to another episode
of Off Track Saratoga Podcast. We are back and we've got a really cool episode. This is kind of something I've been really looking forward to doing, is giving us a behind the scenes tour of one of Saratoga's summer hotspots. When we think of Saratoga summers, we think of the track, downtown, and
SPAC, honey.
SPAC, right? So I'm going to take you to the back.
Yep. Of SPAC. I see what you did there.
You like it?
Yeah, that was good. Put that on a t-shirt.
Do it. What's really cool about SPAC is this year they're celebrating 60 years. 60 years
incredible.
In that space.
Incredible.
And that space is so timeless. They see everything from classical music with the Philadelphia Orchestra, the ballet, which I'm going to take everybody behind the scenes to the load-in of the ballet, which Zach couldn't make it.
It's an exclusive that we couldn't resist. So I'm excited to share it with everybody.
And even the Live Nation tours too.
Absolutely.
Current artists too. It was so cool. So Zach, the view from standing on the stage, looking out into the audience. Have you ever done that at SPAC?
No, not at SPAC.
I don't think anybody really gets that opportunity. They rarely let you see behind the curtain, if you will. It was it's just, you see why this place has become a space that everybody wants to go to and everyone wants to check out. So come along with me.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. All right, everybody. We are at Saratoga's front porch, the Pines at SPAC. Beautiful terrace here. I'm joined by Chris Shiley, who is the president of SPAC. What a beautiful location. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming by.
We're here to talk about SPAC season, and you gave us a little bit of a backstage tour that I cannot wait to share with all of you.
That's right. Yeah, you got to see some behind the scenes of the New York City Ballet load-in. Very exciting day for us, but we're here celebrating 60 years of SPAC, beginning with the New York City Ballet residency. We've already had a great summer, a lot of wonderful shows from our partners at Live Nation. Our jazz festival just finished, and really we're celebrating all summer long 60 years of this incredible venue, 60 years of a tremendous legacy that SPAC has left on the performing arts, both in the capital region and really nationally. And we're just excited to celebrate that all season long and to bring back the New York City Ballet, who've been at the cornerstone of that 60 years. The venue was founded by George Balanchine of the New York City Ballet, and later on in the summer we'll welcome the Philadelphia Orchestra as well. And the co-founder of the venue with George Balanchine was Eugene Ormandy of the Philadelphia Orchestra. So having those two residencies perform here and getting closer and closer to the start of their performances is really special as we celebrate 60 years of SPAC.
60 years is a really special number. It's a long time. A lot has changed in the span of 60 years, locally, nationally. A lot has not changed, though, and that's kind of what makes this place so special. Do you want to speak to both ends of that?
Yeah, I mean, this place has certainly evolved and transformed in so many ways. I mean, we're sitting here on a beautiful terrace overlooking the amphitheater. None of this existed 60 years ago. And I think over the years, we've been able to make a lot of wonderful improvements with partnerships from New York State Parks, from Live Nation. Everyone really loves this venue. They love what it stands for. They love kind of at its core, the celebration of tradition that exists here. And everyone is excited to kind of continue to usher that forward year after year. So I think we retain a lot of that charm and a lot of that history in the performances while making strategic upgrades to make it a more welcoming and inviting space for all.
We were just talking about walking up here to the Pines, about the globes, the lights, and how, style kind of comes and goes and is cyclical, but that kind of has stayed as like an icon walking into the venue. I mean, how do you, even though style changes, decide to keep certain things and kind of like stand your ground with keeping those things and keeping with those traditions? Yeah,
I mean, it's all about retaining that charm and that piece of SPAC that means so much to folks. I mean, you can see the facade behind us is always just this iconic view looking down across the bowl, the lawn, into the venue. I mean, that's never going to change. And those globes, as you said, are part of our sort of signature look. And we don't want to ever change those. At the same time, we have to find ways to balance some of the upgrades we have made to make them feel intentional. I think with this Pines building, we've built something that feels like it's part of the facility, feels like it's part of the grounds. A lot of people came when we built this building and saw it for the first time and said, wait, was that always there? And I took that as a big compliment because it felt like it was a part of it. It didn't feel like it was some brand new obvious thing. It felt like it had always been there. And I think that's important as we make these types of upgrades.
What season is the Pines in?
This is our 6th year. It was finished in 2020, just in time for the pandemic and COVID-19 year. Perfect time to open a new building. But no, it's been amazing. It's been transformative to have this space, in addition to the way it's kind of opened up the campus in so many ways. And we have this large field behind you we call the football field because it looks like a large football field. And that used to be very closed off in the old layout of the venue. And now it's very opened up. And we have been able to see families and kids go out and kind of run around in that as part of the experience. And so I think it's just been a really transformative change.
Well, and I think that's kind of just part of Saratoga's summer is SPAC. When you think of a Saratoga summer, you think of the Track, you think of Broadway, and you think of SPAC. So you guys really are a huge part of people's summers. I mean, you're part of graduation ceremonies here for the local families. How does that feel to be such an integral part of summer here in Saratoga?
I mean, it's a great privilege, and it's also a great responsibility. It's something that we take seriously. We understand where this venue fits into so many people's lives and the traditions that they have each and every summer. And we want to do everything we can to retain those traditions while also always looking forward for what's next, bringing in new audiences, welcoming new individuals to the space, while retaining, again, at our core, kind of what made SPAC so special over these last 60 years.
Talking about that balance, right? So we have these classical shows and productions that have always been part of SPAC, which is what SPAC was built around: the ballet, the orchestra, the jazz festival. And then you have these Live Nation shows coming in as well. Newer artists, popular artists. How do you go from one type of production and then transition almost seamlessly to a Live Nation show, which is a whole different animal?
Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of work. And there are incredible individuals on both sides, but on the SPAC side and the Live Nation side, that work very closely together to make all that happen. But I think when you zoom out from the public perspective and you can see the variety of programming that's available, I mean, where else can you, on one hand, watch Midsummer Night's Dream and see some new ballets by Tyler Peck and see repertoire by George Balanchine, and then the very next day see Dave Matthews Band, and then maybe see Lil Wayne, and then go back to the Philadelphia Orchestra. I mean, it's just an incredible variety. There is truly something for everyone, and there's also a lot to experience, even if you're not familiar with it. And so I always enjoy those moments as well when people come out and they try something new, because SPAC has so much to offer across our entire summer.
Right. And not to mention, you're in the middle of a state park as well, which is a whole other, thing that not a lot of performance venues have. You can leave here and hike. You walk over the bridges to get in here at the box office, and you're walking over a beautiful creek and beautiful springs and woodlands. That's something very unique that not a lot of people have.
I think it's one of the things that separates us more than almost anything else is just our setting in nature. This gorgeous 2,400 acre spa state park, geysers, mineral springs, hiking trails. It is just absolutely beautiful. And to be able to share art and to be able to have shared experiences through the arts in a space like that, I think is just a really remarkable experience for anyone that can come out and experience it.
So this is a big place for families in the summer. And I've got two little boys who are just chomping at the bit to get here and experience performances, the park. They run around like little wild banshees in the park all the time at the springs. But I kind of want to get them some culture, and I want to bring them, and I'm excited to show them everything SPAC has to offer, especially as they get a little bit older. They're 8 and 5. So what are some exciting things this summer on the docket for families?
Yeah, we have a lot of wonderful family programs, particularly with the Philadelphia Orchestra residency. They'll be coming in August 5th through the 22nd. They do 12 shows, 12 completely different programs over the course of those 3 weeks, which is a lot of programming. It's a very robust schedule. And we have a lot of offerings for individuals of all ages over the course of that week. We open on August 5th. Our opening night has become a long-standing tradition, our Tchaikovsky Spectacular. It's the 1812 Overture, which everybody knows is iconic. We close the evening with fireworks. We have live cannons to go along with the 1812 Overture. There's tons of kids, tons of families. It's a family night, so we have a lot of activations on the grounds. There's Free Stewart's Ice Cream, which always...
Oh, you had my younger guy at Free Stewart's Ice Cream.
We get most of them at Free Stewart's Ice Cream, if there's ever any doubt. So that's always a really great night for families. Later on in the season, we have a couple of movie nights that we're offering as well. These are incredible incredible experiences.
You sit in the stand in the audience in the auditorium, and you can watch movies from the stage.
We bring in a huge LED screen,
Really
48 feet wide. It's absolutely massive, and we'll show Harry Potter. We're on the 7th of the 8 Harry Potter films. We've been doing this for the last number of years, and the Philadelphia Orchestra plays the score live to the film.
That's incredible,
and it's astounding. It's an incredible experience. They sound unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're one of the only orchestras that can pull it off in such an incredible way. So we'll have Harry Potter 7, and then we'll also have Star Wars: A New Hope later on in the season as well. So two iconic films to enjoy, and when you have that live orchestra backing them up, it's just an amazing experience.
Yeah, you can like feel it really in your bones.
Yeah.
That music, that score, which is an incredible score. For those who don't understand, SPAC and Live Nation are two separate entities. How does that relationship kind of work? It's been a long-standing relationship at this point, but as I understand it, SPAC kind of is renting out their space in a way to Live Nation and their performances, and how do you have that good working relationship?
Yeah. We've been fortunate. We've developed that relationship over more than 20 years. It's an incredible partnership between us and Live Nation. Live Nation is, of course, a very large national, international company and a leader really in live performance on the pop and rock side. So having that partnership is incredibly important to us. And some of the artists that we are able to present here is directly the result of that partnership.
Yeah.
At the same time, we are our own organization. We are a nonprofit. We are a 501c3. We are here to bring cultural arts to the region. And it's something that we take very seriously by continuing our traditions with New York City Ballet, by having our 3 weeks of the Philadelphia Orchestra, and also expanding into the year-round programming that we do. We opened a School of the Arts at the entrance to the park, focused on arts discovery and music, theater, and dance, and giving individuals of all levels and all backgrounds the opportunity to experience the power of the arts. We're working on a major renovation of the Spa Little Theater, which will give us a true year-round home for performances and allow us to really build bridges between what we do in the summer with New York City Ballet, Philadelphia Orchestra, as well as kind of building bridges year-round and keeping those connections to the community in a year-round way. So there's a lot of exciting things on our side, on the presenting side, and it's very important that we always have a collaborative and close working relationship with our friends at Live Nation as well to make this venue really as special and as robust as it is.
We talked about the last 60 years and the rich history that SPAC has, celebrating this year 60 years here at SPAC. What does the future of SPAC look like from here on out?
I think the future I love this question. I love to think about the future. I love to think about what lies ahead. I think we need to always acknowledge the past. We need to always acknowledge what has been, and we will always honor those traditions, but we also have to think about what lies ahead and what lies in front of us. I think the future for us as an organization is really creating that year-round ecosystem for cultural programming in the capital region, connecting a bridge between our amphitheater programming in the summer with our Spa Little Theater programming in the year-round, as well as over to our School of the Arts where individuals are experiencing art maybe for the first time. And I think those three areas all work together and create an ecosystem that kind of helps support and grow future audiences. We have to build new audiences for our programming, and that's something we're very focused on. And of course, we're going to maintain a strong working relationship and partnership with Live Nation and going to continue to bring, the biggest names in the entertainment industry to this venue. It's an iconic space. It's a space that they want to be performing in.
Right.
So many artists on the Live Nation side comment on how much they love being here because it is such a unique space and such a unique venue. And we want to celebrate that. We want to give them the opportunity to do as much of that as they can while making sure that we hold on and do our programming and our commitment as an organization to the cultural programming within the region.
To its roots, which is where SPAC came from.
Exactly.
Awesome. So you had a really cool opportunity for us here at Track Saratoga Podcast. We are going to get a backstage look at one of possibly the most complex load-ins of this venue, right? You're going to show us how the ballet loaded it. By the time this airs, the ballet will have come and gone. However, we wanted to give you a little look behind the scenes at how the whole load-in process goes for pretty much any production here, but the ballet is probably one of the more complex ones.
It is certainly one of our most complex productions that we present all year long. People think about the large Live Nation shows, which are very complex, but the New York City Ballet and all the moving pieces that go into those productions. You're gonna see a little bit more of that in just a second, but it is just incredibly complex to bring all that together. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to take a little behind the scenes walk and see what's going on back there.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Welcome. Thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
It's one of our most exciting days when New York City Ballet starts loading in for their performances.
All right.
A lot of activity and lots to see. So let's head backstage.
And this is like one of the biggest load-ins you guys manage here at SPAC. Is that correct?
It is. It takes more than 3 days of load-in time. They have 6 trucks that they bring, tons of lighting equipment, tons of costumes, set pieces, drops. It's just so much complexity that goes into these performances each and every year. And so it is always one of the most complicated productions that we load in. I say it's kind of like its own ballet, its own choreography, just to kind of move all the pieces around and get everything
keeping with the theme.
In place, exactly, on brand. So
more so than some of these big rock concerts and Live Nation shows as well, you were saying,
yeah,
right?
on par with some of the largest Live Nation rock shows that we'll do.
Wow.
I think folks don't always see that because when you're looking at the stage during the production, it doesn't have quite the same, like, you know, visibility to the lighting.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the complexity on these shows is astounding. So, and you can really see it during the load-in process.
I can't wait to see. Let's go take a look.
All right. So one of the trickiest parts is being able to talk while not being in the way. So,
Guys, we're backstage at SPAC. Like I'm an artist. Kind of. Not really. All right, let's go.
We'll carve this corner out right
Look
here.
at this view right here.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever seen anything like that? This is what the performers see. Outrageous, unreal. So what are they doing right now, Chris?
So right now they're working on the flooring. We do about 5,000 square feet of sprung floor that we lay down on top of our existing stage floor for the New York City Ballet, which is really important for the dancers, especially on point, to have that springiness in the floor.
Right.
So they've laid a lot of that flooring down, and then there's a piece of marley. It's kind of like a textured surface that goes on top of that flooring, and that's what they're laying down right now, while they're also working on some electrical lights and things that are going to be hanging in the air. And then actually one of the other unique things, this right here, that I'm knocking on is the acoustical shell for the Philadelphia Orchestra, which lives on stage permanently, but actually some ceiling pieces you can see in the air as well for the Philadelphia Orchestra shell that are always up there.
Where are we going now?
We're going down the main hallway back to where the dressing rooms are and the artist spaces. New York City Ballet, as I said, one of our largest productions. You can see with all the cases, they take every ounce of space that we have gets filled. This venue in the backstage area was really designed in partnership with George Balanchine directly of the New York City Ballet when it was built in 1966. And so a lot of the design elements are very carefully done to accommodate the ballet's needs and size to make it easy for them to do their productions. We'll take a little detour. One such space is in here. This is our large rehearsal room. A unique space. It's, for a lot of our shows, it's storage and it's, extra workspace. But for New York City Ballet, we clear it out and we set up the ballet bars. This becomes one of their primary rehearsal and warm-up spaces. And it was designed to be, to very much mimic the size of the main stage, so that whether they were indoors or outdoors, they had the same amount of danceable space. Again, just adapting the space for New York City Ballet while all of our other shows are coming in and out as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
And then down this way.
Oh, I see some sparkly things.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey, business owners. Here's a fun little experiment. You're listening to this ad, which means podcast ads work. If you've got a business in the 518 and want to reach people who actually live here, eat here, shop here, and spend money here, we'd love to put you on Off Track Saratoga. We'll make your ads sound like our show, not some cheesy radio spot, I promise. So shoot us a message and let's make your business the next thing everyone in town is talking about. Now back to our show.
We've got all the wonderful costumes for the children that will perform as part of Midsummer Night's Dream. So we have 26 local children performing.
So if you're listening to our podcast right now, it would be a great time to remind you that we are now on YouTube, so you can see and feel like you're part of this entire behind-the-scenes look at SPAC. Right now, we're looking down on the SPAC stage from way up in the fly, where lighting and curtains are rigged. What a view, a different perspective of such a familiar stage. All right, so what do we got here?
So we're in one of our large dressing rooms. This is up on the second floor backstage. This is where the core ballet will come and do a lot of their makeup and prepare for the performance. So we will have a large number of dancers in this dressing room, and we have these individual makeup mirror stations. These stations that you see centered here are actually original to the venue. They were built in 1966.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So like original.
You can see the updated models over here, more individual, but these were original. You can tell by the light switch and the wiring.
That's so special.
But we've maintained them all these years, and it's always special to see them put out and set up for the New York City Ballet.
Can I flick it on?
You can.
You're like, I don't know.
You can try it.
I can try it. Okay, let's see.
There you go.
Look how cool that
Still
is.
works.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and is this so they can see, is that a monitor so they can see the stage?
Yep, yeah. In recent years, we've made some changes. We renovated the downstairs, so it's a different vibe, but up here, it's still very much the original design of the venue. So we've added monitors so that they're able to see what's happening on the stage. They can get called to the stage.
Put their makeup on and say, oh, it's almost time to go on.
Exactly. There's a paging system as well that will go throughout the venue.
Cool.
So when they will say, 5 minutes to, and then dancers will know they need to get downstairs and get ready to go on stage.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, welcome to the pit. So yeah, this is the pit. Like if you've ever come for a pop and rock show with Live Nation or even some of our Philadelphia Orchestra performances, you might have sat in this pit, which is usually at stage level. So for the New York City Ballet, when they come in, we remove the floor, we lower the pit down, and then we relay the floor down in this position. So it comes down about 6 to 8 feet. And then we put in all the chairs for the more than 60 musicians for the New York City Ballet Orchestra.
So we're on an elevator right now, a giant elevator.
Well, I wish it was an elevator because I wish it was motorized. But in 1966, it was not motorized.
No way.
And it's still the original pit. So it is a manual process
Someone's
where each of these flooring pieces are lifted up, removed. You lower them back down once you move the flooring down to its lower position. It is a manual process. I do wish we had an elevator version, but it still works great.
It's a manual elevator.
Yeah, and it certainly feels in keeping with the original intent of the venue.
Do you guys just like come to work here every day and think it's the coolest thing ever? I mean, what is it like to come to work here every single day?
It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's a stressful job. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving pieces. Yeah, exactly. But it is amazing. I mean, it's one of the most unique venues, one of the most unique places. I think really across the country, the balance of nature and the beauty of everything that's around us, the beauty of this venue, the quality of the companies and the art that perform here.
Really,
it's astounding. So it's very special.
Thank you so much, Chris. That was a cool experience. I hope you all enjoyed getting a look around SPAC that you've never seen before. I mean, you see this every day, but to everybody else, this is a unique experience.
Well, it was our pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm glad you got to see it. It's always great to see it through new eyes and fresh eyes, and it's, like I said, a very exciting time for us to be loading in the New York City Ballet and beginning our classical season for the 60th anniversary.
Through the eyes of a performer, if you will.
That's right.
Ooh.
Noelle, that was really riveting.
It actually was. Stop it.
Okay, no, I'm serious. We're talking FOMO here.
Right.
Like that.
I know.
That is such a cool thing that I'm glad we're able to share with everybody.
I thought of you the whole time. Zach had to do restaurant things because summer in Saratoga. But I mean, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And
so thank you to all of our friends at SPAC.
Yeah, thank you
for allowing us the opportunity to get in there and see what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was awesome, and just to see how much work, how much time, how much love goes into this place.
Here's to the next 60 years of SPAC.
Yes, congratulations.
Thanks for tuning in this week. We hope you like, subscribe, tag, download. What else?
You can also listen to us on YouTube now. I don't know if that's, I mean, we've been saying this softly everywhere, but this was a kind of a cool, this episode kind of forced me to put us on YouTube because it was so visual. So if you're listening to the podcast and you want another visual aspect,
if you want to get a look
please
at all
check us out
this
on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Body, yada, 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 yada. You know you want to.
Oh, yes. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Off Track Saratoga Pod.
Bye.
Mwah. Bye, sweeties.
You have your like Virginia Slims type of.